Australia's second most populous state, Victoria, has reported its lowest daily rise in new COVID-19 cases in a month. This raises hopes that Melbourne residents have seen the peak of its second wave. Still, authorities are warning everyone not to dismiss mild flu-like symptoms.
Flu numbers across not just Victoria but across Australia are so low because of physical distancing and hand hygiene and all those things that we've been doing, that if you've got these symptoms, even really mild symptoms, there's every chance that you've got this virus.
Meanwhile, Sydney in neighbouring New South Wales has been declared a new virus hotspot. And this is despite reporting only 3 cases today, the lowest since last month. Roger Maynard tells us more.
Victoria, of course, is still in near total lockdown and will stay that way until at least the middle of September. Another 222 cases were announced today, which is considerably lower than a couple of weeks ago, when about 727 cases were reported in one day. But the authorities believe that the rate of infection is not slowing fast enough. And if it doesn't improve soon, it could mean an extension of the lockdown into October or possibly beyond. Now, clearly, nobody wants that, but the overnight death rate is still worryingly high and only just below the previous record figure of 21 deaths, which was reported last Wednesday. So not a particularly good outlook at the moment. The authorities fear that the virus might be slowly spreading across the border from Victoria into New South Wales, which is, of course, Australia's most populous state. Now, if the virus establishes itself in Sydney, then it's going to be hard to contain it without further restrictions and even a possible lockdown. Having said this, it should be emphasised that the number of infections reported in New South Wales today is only 3, which is much lower than previous days. So everyone's keeping their fingers crossed that New South Wales is slowly winning the war against COVID, though obviously it's too early to say that New South Wales is in the clear.